Calmly say.
Nothing much. There was some stuff missing from the truck, but he didn't give a fuck as long as the thing's back, you know? Well, and then he said to tell Tony thank you, and if there's anything Tony needs, I should give him a call.
Those fucking junkie fucks, they work for Tony. They hijack Conley's truck, I get it back, and old man Conley's thanking Tony?
Well, I think you should have taken care of this Christopher Maltasante thing the minute it first happened. You should have sent a clear-cut signal to it. You fuck with Junior Soprano.
Take it easy. We're not making a Western here.
See, in the 4-hour time frame, we've blown by the 200-day moving average and an emergency update here before I go to bed. And in your next key area, but one thing I caution everybody on, getting a lot of chatter in my comments, you got to be very cautious. And I've been putting tweets out, right, on Twitter. Back over here, you can see we have a tweet out to, this was not 2 minutes ago. It was back. I don't even know how to check the time on here because I'm still trying to figure it out. But it says major support being tested, failing to hold Bears strike with heavy artillery, 32,339 could be a rebuilding point. If bulls defend and hold off, advancing sellers gap up to 43,000, right? Earlier. And you can see within here we have upper target 6.69% chance of happening, late 2022 target $13,336, 69.69% chance of happening, right? And that's a major area. You should also check this video out. Milton Freeman, highly educational about inflation and who the correct people are to blame, which is government and money printing, right? We had some major updates up here the other day. Critical orange ring failure to hold ignites flash down to 32,333, right, on Bitcoin. And you can see this was a wick the other day. So we've been on top of this, and I caution you and check that out on Telegram and in the comment section on the page. But you can see what you've been doing here. You've been getting rejected by uh, the orange and blue ring up here. And you've wicked down to the bottom part of this white box once, came into it again, got supported, hit the top for a third time, got supported. And again, you're getting rejected. And you're forming a sort of a rounding top. This time, you might come all the way back down to 32,000, which a lot of people aren't paying attention to, right? And you continue down now after getting rejected, failing to hold support. You tried to bounce once, failed, twice, failed, 3 times, failing. If you get back into here, who's to say this holds this time? And I actually think it's going to break, right? So be very cautious into there. There will be a trade here, but you got to be very cautious that this orange ring that we've been highly emphasizing for the past 6 or 8 weeks, that it doesn't hold on this drop and the sellers release the floor down to 32,000. And in that case, that would be a horrendous fall from current price up here. That would be another 16%. And that's why I put that tweet out, right? XRP, if you're trying to make a trade on here, the critical things you need to look at. We need to get off the shitty Wi-Fi. Um, the critical thing you need to watch out for in XRP is this 73-cent uptrending support, right? It's just south of the 200-day moving average in green, and that's why we've had this arrow pointed at this area following it for weeks, right? Since back there, now we're over here because this is a critical area. If you can't hold this critical uptrending support, right, just south of this 200-day moving average at 73 cents, it used to be 72 cents back there. You're coming immediately down to this next arrow, right? We're going to put that back there and come down here. You're going to immediately come down to this area right here, right? The 64 cents because you bottomed here once. You got supported here once, twice, right? A third time you might flush, and if you flush, you're going to come down, right? And if you come down, and many people are very bullish right now because there is an upper end potential that you could hold this 72-cent line, right? And get back into this triangle with our industry exclusive drawing tool and complete the pattern and then break down or try to fake out and break up to break down, right? So that's what you're watching out for here. But if you fail to hold the 72 cent and you come down to 64, what's very possible is after we get rid of that is you fail to hold this, come down to the 54-cent level where you bottomed back here in the end of January, right? In the middle of winter, you breach this area now because you've tested this now. You've pumped, rejected, rejected. And then if you get rejected, you might come all the way down here, right, as your next support and then try to pump back. So be very cautious here. If you break this 72 cent, see if you can hold this 62 to 63 cent level. If you can't, you're coming down there after that and finally into the short-term target that we've been waiting for quite some time. But we've been on top of these little pumps. It's a critical area to watch out for, right? On top of that, you need to join Jabroni Killers, Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday. The late Commodity Monday episode 2 will be out before Friday. Uh, so we'll get that out there to stay on top of what's going on in the gold and silver bullion market, the oil market. We've been on top of all that. You can see what we got going on here in XLM is you need to hold this fucker. You need to hold this dotted line at 16 or 17 and a half cents. This is your upper resistance at 22 cents. You broke down of the blue ring up here at 24 cents and then finally flushed at 27. Came all the way down to the next blue ring that we've been on, dancing, trying to hold support. Now we've broken down. And the next logical target after we break this 16 to 18 cent level right here is all the way down here at 10 cents. It's going to happen. It's just taking time. And if you were in a trade, like I've told you, since this little pump people got in there for whatever reasons, as long as you hold that dotted line, you're good. If you break that dotted line, I would be selling because down there, where my big, beautiful green arrow is the next ring and the ring to ring to ring. And that's going from the 1.618 Fibonacci. And if you don't know what Fibonacci's are, members of Jabroni Killers, I'll start uh, reading the technicals of what the Fibonacci's are, the 1.618, and let you know what that all means so you can be educated on the ring system more than just me showing you a ring, pointing to it like it's some kind of voodoo or magic, right? So that's what's going on there. That's what I would be paying attention for. And the XRP, XLM, right? Or that was XLM we were just looking at. See that? The ring system, the 1.618. I was trying to do this right here. See that? And the next one's the 2.618. The 1.618 is the golden pocket. This is the next ring down from there, and that's where I think he would go. And then if down the line farther, the price doesn't get bullish, your next underneath support is an uptrending ring. Say late into the year, you could be getting support down here on the next ring if you fail to hold a 10-cent ring, right? So that's what's going on there. A little bit of the method to the madness. You can see ALGO is still coming down. I think 56 cents is your next logical target. And from 56 cents, you could pump all the way back up into here because their 200-day would be there, right? That's why we've had this upper price target for quite some time because on a bounce back, that would be your price target. And from 56 cents in ALGO up to here, that'd be a phenomenal play if it got that high, right? Be a 50, 60, 70% play. But that's for another time and another discussion. But you need to follow the technicals, you need to follow the pattern. And we're going to keep you on top of this as we continue to flush. And people that are trying to buy these crazy altcoins, let's go see the altcoins. It can be a dangerous game because money is very scared right now, and the last thing people are going to be running into is these really scared altcoins that virtually nobody's buying, right? So if you do get in one and it pumps, sell it. Just like I tried to tell my old man this one because he was reading about it, and I said it's just like any of the other cryptos. If it pumps, this will pump. If it dumps, this will dump. And I told him the $100 is the critical sell level. I think his entry price was $114, but the $100 level, I said if you're still in this, sell it if it breaks $100 because there's a lot of error if we put the volume indicator up here on this coin. There we go. Let's get the volume indicator. There's a lot of air on this. See that? I could have actually told them a little bit. 69. Yeah, see, there's a lot of air there from the $100 level to where major buyers would be is a pretty big fall. That's 32% fall, right? And then below there, if you ever got below there, you're in some deep trouble because there's nothing left for buyers until you get all the way down here, but not really until you get sort of into here, which is all the way at 42. And by then you could be doing something like this. And this is what the pattern looks like by 2024, right? If you take a monthly out, look at that. You could be doing something like that. And anyone that bought back in here in the hype cycle are going to be still all depressed and selling out, and then that might be where the next rally comes in, right? Because a lot of people think this is just going to go way up there. It could if the Fed reverses policy and starts printing a shitload of money, but the more likely scenario is this trades way down the next few years. Overall, this could still pump into here, right? These can all go up and down, but it's a very choppy market. You need to be very cautious. I'll keep you on top of it. I'll give you another update when I wake up first thing in the morning, seeing as the market is highly volatile right now, right? We'll give you one last look at the old Bitcoin at the 3-minute time frame, and it's trying to form a base, but it's going to have to come down to that orange ring, and the rest of the field on YouTube will start coming around to the ring system, but they still haven't figured it out. Peace and love. Peace and love.